Hey, it's live. All right, hold on. I gotta get the link to send this to
What if no one's watching?
Tim and
Just
Seth.
yourself?
Well, I know there's like a minute delay, so right now I'm definitely talking to myself. Go to Facebook. Hi, everyone. Here you are with your prime time Friday night entertainment. Me, Don FIFA, inviting my friends into a Google Hangout live broadcast on YouTube. Okay, Seth and Tim should now both have the link. So let's see how that goes. I'm going to go onto this live chat thing, pull it open. Let's see if it even started, if it even caught up. Oh, there's an ad. Sorry. It makes me feel like right now I have to sit through the ad to my own thing right now. Okay. Oh my God, he started early. Okay. Hey, Tim, you here?
Hey, it's me.
Hey, hold on. The ad for the broadcast is playing right now. Okay.
That's weird.
Wait, I wonder, can I just see the chat on the control panel thing, maybe?
I don't know. You better figure it out.
Oh, it says it's bad. It says the stream is bad right now.
Yeah, your quality's bad.
Do I look bad on the thing?
You look a little fuzz. Hang on!
Select the frame rate of the video to 30.
I don't know how to do that.
Oh
Hey,
shit.
Seth.
Alright.
How do I... Wait, that's Tim. Seth, where's your camera?
I don't know, it was just working. Hang on.
It's not now. Now I don't even know what they were just...
I did it.
Tim, are you...
Hey, I did it.
I don't think anyone saw that. What are you doing, Tim? Tim?
He can't hear you. He's putting his head open.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
The fuck
Hey.
is that?
I don't know.
Tell Tim we were broadcasting.
Yeah, you just adjusted yourself.
Oh, are we live?
Oh, we were live. Alright, here we go. Wait, I can see the comments. Wait,
Yeah.
Are these newest, oldest, or oldest to newest? Seth and Tim, too. Hello. Woo-woo. I'm not reading that one out. I don't know. I wonder if there's a way that I can do this so that, because right now I have to manually go through all of that.
Do you have a headset? Because your mic sounds like garbage.
My mic sounds like garbage?
Yeah, I can like barely hear what you're saying.
I can understand him.
Yeah, maybe that's just you.
Maybe I don't understand.
You have better headphones? Earbuds? Whatever the fuck you call
Let me... Whatever. I'm just going to go on to the live actual... No, wait. I'm clicking the Elijah video. How's it going, everyone?
Hey, guys.
Alright, so wait.
Started early.
Alright, like a minute early. Seth, entertain everyone.
Well, that's weird.
Oh, wait, I can... Okay.
Why do I have to do it?
Good, Dom, Lincoln.
Hello, everybody.
Alright, great. And you guys in the chat, you're gonna have to like let us know what goes wrong or if you like lose the connection or anything, because I don't. This is new for me.
If something goes wrong, tweet it at us. We'll see that probably more easily than in the chat. At least
I'm looking at the chat right now, but you can tweet it to Seth.
I wish I could pop the chat out, but I can't.
Look,
Yeah, you can't even get the messages to be separate. Okay.
People are saying that that it's not just me.
That it's not just you with the hearing me?
Yeah, but it's clearer now. It's clearer now. Clearer now.
It's better now?
Clearer now.
Should I go?
Clearer
Should
now.
I plug in my
Clearer.
microphone?
What?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm gonna plug in the better microphone. Amber, take
yeah. You can, yeah.
Just
Hey everybody,
Oh god.
Fera.
Seth, Tim, somebody start doing things.
Hi everybody, welcome to the Q&A. My name is Tim Kish. You know me, I had nothing to do with Elijah. I'm just here, there were photos in the coffee room, so I just kind of swung on by.
Hi, Super Chill.
Cool.
I saw you in the chat there, buddy.
Seth, introduce yourself.
Hi,
Damn it,
I'm
I just
Seth.
did. King, what's your name?
Hi guys, I'm Fera.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
What?
How am I gonna do this? I'm gonna go get.
Dom's really stressed right now.
I really am.
Okay.
How many
Calm
people?
down.
Million.
We got
Says-
119 watchers.
1000.
Hey,
000.
thank you for saying I look handsome. I appreciate that.
No, they were talking to
Yeah,
me.
they were lying. Yeah.
It's
People
Seth.
continue to think that Seth is me. Everyone,
You guys both have glasses.
everyone thinks that I like my glasses. Thank you.
Seth looks like Jason's.
I need to see Jason Sudeikis now. I forget what it looks like.
I'd just like
Alright,
to
wait.
use this time while Dom is setting up.
Yeah, I'm good now.
I would.
Do I sound better?
Okay, never mind. Goodbye, everybody.
Yep. Do I sound better now?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Great. All right, let's get this rolling. Start with the questions. There's a minute delay, so they're not going to hear this for
Yeah.
60 more seconds.
Antonara, I noticed you. Thank you for calling me senpai.
What do we got?
He's drowning.
I'm just trying to see your first comment. How many people does this say are
Who are
watching?
these?
11. 121. Wow, that's like a full
11.
I see 126.
26. Okay.
12.
Did all of you guys go to the same high school? Great starter question. Doesn't have anything to do with whatchamacallit. But Seth, why don't you take the reins on this one?
Yes.
Good question.
Yes, we did. We all went to what?
Sorry, Tim's. I'm on like the control board now, so I can see. I can do whoever has the full screen of their face. And right now it's Tim.
Oh, well, I was gonna further answer
Go
it.
ahead, Seth.
Okay, so yes. Now we all went to the Gloucester County Institute of Technology in New Jersey. It's a VOTech school, and you basically have like a major there. So we were all in the acting program,
Major there.
Yes. Except for Amber.
except for Amber.
Yeah, Amber doesn't go to school. Amber.
Dom made me.
Yeah, I made her go back to our old high school.
No, you created me.
Oh, I thought you meant. Yeah, that too. After I created you, I realized you needed a good high school education. Tim, did we all go to the same high school?
We did all go to the same high school.
Good.
Great
glad we
answer.
all
Moving
did.
on. Who we go? How long? I can't. You're coming in too fast. I'm just going to be jumping around. So if I don't see your question or answer it and it's specific, just probably keep putting it in every couple minutes. Did you
Yeah.
write
Entire plot.
an entire plot to the ending that is Elijah, or was it thought up as a one-off? Let's just quell this now.
Yes.
Elijah was done. I got contacted about a month ago by the YouTube people in New York. They're setting up a new studio in the New York space. So they had a space, but they moved, and it's bigger, and they got more stuff now. And they wanted to do an event that was going on worldwide with Legendary Pictures and Guillermo del Toro. They were doing this thing called House of Horrors. So I got an email, and they said, because they knew that I was in New York, they said, hey, man, do you want to, if you want a spot in this, just tell us yes, and we'll let you come and shoot at this thing. So I said yes. I was like, why not? I didn't see a reason why not to. And I knew that there was, like, criteria. I knew that they were looking for something that was going to be, they obviously wanted something scary, and they wanted it to be, there's part of the contest that you could win a development deal with Legendary Pictures if they see your idea as something that can be expanded. So I knew that I wanted something that felt like something bigger, it could be turned into something bigger. And another part of the contest was there's another thing with YouTube specifically where you can win a camera, and it has to do with audience retention. So I also knew that I wanted to do something that I felt like people would stick around for throughout the whole video. I got the impression, and it seems like so far from what I've seen, I've been wrong, which is cool, that I thought people would shoot in these sets and get really hung up on like the eeriness of the set and do something really slow and creepy in the beginning and then pick up the pace. But it seems like for the most part everyone kind of had the same idea of just like, we have one shoot day, let's just go for it. So yeah, I know that's a really roundabout way to answer it, but that was why Elijah was constructed the way that it was. And I had been thinking about recently Die Now, and I've been thinking about where, what would I do in a bigger version of that, and I've thought about that before. So yeah, it was thought of with the bigger idea in mind, not specifically though. Like if you ask me very specifically, beginning, middle, and end, I don't really know. I know their relationships, I know what they mean to each other, those people, but yeah. So that answers that. Moving on, Seth, pick a question.
Hey, hi.
Were you just like channel surfing just then?
No, I had to change something on my TV. Sorry.
Okay. Channel.
It was set to
I'm
game mode. I had to change it to movie. The gamma was way too high. I'm just kidding.
Oh God! All right, I'm trying to find one related to Elijah so we can kind of stay on that track here. Do you have a backstory for Elijah? Can you write one, and maybe film a series of his brutal, suave adventures? I like the brutal, suave.
Yeah, brutal. Is that one word? Is there a hyphen?
No, but still.
Good. Can't answer my questions. So, yeah, there's definitely. I mean, that's kind of. I just said there is a backstory. There's something going on, and I guess this would be a total tease if I didn't give up some of it. What? Yes, I put my gum on the thing before I wanted to eat my chicken. Sorry, that's not a question.
As you can see, the backstory is very convoluted at the moment.
Yeah,
So
it's all about and dinner. No, so the backstory is kind of simply he's not a vampire, he's not a werewolf, he's not a ghost, he's not a Harry. He's I don't know, he's kind of a combination of stuff. He's in my head, if it was ever revealed or ever talked about what he is, he's whatever was at the center, whatever the real thing was that was definitely a human that was turned into some sort of monster, be it a curse or a bite or whatever the hell it was. He's that thing that's real, that werewolf and vampire and all these other myths and stuff started peeking throughout history, and people were just sort of getting glimpses of it. People were only getting they can't go out in the sunlight, or the full moon means a transformation of some sort, and people are asking, why is he weak? Why does the time have anything to do with? There's actually someone had a spot on explanation of what was going on with the watch and why that mattered, and I mean, basically, I guess now's the time to reveal it. I guess it's just simply that they knew that Seth and Amber's characters, they knew coming in that they had already switched his watch, and that at a very specific time on this specific night, he will be out of commission for a week or a month or whatever it is. It's kind of like a pre-werewolf transformation where he turns into some sort of creature, but it's weak. He's not at the top of his game. He's not going to go out and feast. That comes after. So he's really vulnerable this night, specifically at a very specific time. So they enter the scene knowing that they've already turned his watch back, and knowing that no matter what, if they can stick it out for 3 minutes or 4 minutes, whatever it is, if they can not die for that long, they'll be safe. They'll be able to get away. So just bless Seth's character's little heart for being able to drown for 4 minutes straight. Yeah, I forget what the original question was. Whatever. Tim, pick a question. It could be one that has nothing to do with anything.
Okay, well, let me see here. When Deus Laser Collection 420 come out?
Fuck, I saw you post that, Tim.
It's not me.
No, it's just somebody. It's just another person named the guy named Tim.
Seth, if I was posting, I would pick a name that you would never guess,
But that'd be
Ichigo Hell 420.
All right, touche.
That was
Or
you.
Carlos Danger.
Conversation is so relevant.
Whatever.
Hey, Amber, why don't you read the description of this? It says you can ask about DFear stuff or pizza. That's DFear stuff. So,
Where are the pizza questions, you
so
bum?
when Deus Laser Collection 420 come out?
All right. I don't know.
You heard it here first.
I don't know. You gotta understand. I just answered this today. I just put it in a comment today. I answered someone. There are things that have come up even since I thought in the beginning of the summer I would have time and I would start the laser collection and it would be fine and that'd be the end of it. But stuff came up that I'd be stupid to prioritize the laser collection before. So just that's what keeps happening, and that's what sucks. I mean, it's not. I don't like adamantly not want to, but there's stuff that I would be a fool to
Definitely.
put behind the laser collection, if that makes any sense. So I am trying, and I'm trying to get stuff out. I know Hero is another thing that people are waiting for that we shot a year ago, which is basically done and needs to be cleaned and needs music. But yeah, it's just it's all a matter. It's all a juggle. It's something new comes up. Like this Elijah thing didn't exist before September 1st. Like I didn't even know that we were gonna put the time in to do it, and then now it's done and out, and we were able to do a turnaround because we kind of had to, and we were put on such a hard deadline. But then because it's the hard deadline, that meant that this had to be something that
priority.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta
So
go.
Yeah,
I gotta go. What? What are you saying?
while Laser Collection may not be out quite yet, I would like to take this time to plug my channel, which premieres next week. It's www.youtube.com/TimEKish1. You get to see me talk about bad anime and video games and tea and also maybe Sega Saturn. So, tune in for that. Goodbye.
Great. Seth, bigger question.
Yeah, I got a good question that was asked here. CTX film.
Better get in.
Nice. Nice guy.
Man, it's a tiny black box on my screen. So
It's like this.
all I see is this black box, and then Darren's just like,
How did that happen? Who sent him the link? Was that you, Seth?
Yeah, it was me. Okay. I do have a question though.
Okay, go ahead.
That was asked by CTX Films. He said, "How many takes did Elijah need before you guys got it, and was it stressful?"
Do you have any guesses, by the way, Seth? Do you know which one I took? Was it an early one or a late one?
Which one that you took?
The one that
Take he chose.
The one that you used.
Yeah. Do you have any idea?
11.
I mean, is your answer later or earlier?
Later.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Amber, what was your guess? Well, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You fucking live together.
Yes.
Um.
Darren, where'd you go, man?
That is Darren.
He's
I'm working on the camera issue.
in the shadows.
I need to hang it up.
This is
I
my
used the
true fault.
13th take, actually. It was the last one we did, the very, very last
ooh,
one.
that's spooky.
Ooh, spooky.
Yep. It was the one and this was the hardest thing that I've ever had to edit, ever. I made Amber watch so many. Well, first of all, she watched all the takes more than once because it was hard, man. Because it was a trade-off. There was never a take where everything was 100% across the board, where I thought that all of our performances were just down and the camera was down and like nothing weird happened with the lights or anything. It was tough, and then but it came down to the last one was just the crispest.
Amber, what are you doing right now? I'm getting pings that you're liking my statuses on Facebook as I'm watching you like my statuses.
You gotta be
I
connected.
liked the one status. I appreciated it.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Hey, here's another good question. Max Carpston asks, "Why is Darren so shit?"
I'll take that one. Well, long ago,
He was born.
Darren was born. That was it. He exists.
Except instead of the lady part, he came out of the bum.
Oh, okay.
He was born from the butt, guys.
I keep instinctively clicking onto Darren's camera. Wait, can someone else control the cameras?
No,
I do,
I don't
Kenny.
think so.
Then what the hell's going on? Oh, maybe it's now.
to another thing.
It's naturally doing it.
How do I stop that? That's gonna get real
All right, hey,
annoying.
I get to pick a question now.
Why is it jumping around so much?
Yeah, because I don't know. Hold on. That's so strange. Darren, you did something.
What did I didn't do anything.
Can we
Yeah,
just
you did.
remove that?
Or when someone makes noise, their face shows up.
It did that before I showed up. What are you talking about?
Because I was doing it manually. Whatever. We need to
Is it
wait.
noticing the
Enhance.
voices though?
No.
Tim
We
gets,
want a
Tim
version.
gets to pick a question now.
What's
Okay, I
that?
think I set up my camera
Um,
in a good spot.
It's working.
Yeah, now it's all right.
all right. So let's. All
Tim?
right, here we go. Let's pick a question. Oh, geez.
140 people watching.
All right, people. Let's pick a question. Let me get a really good question. The next. Geez.
Good.
These are hard.
Darren, you are so close up on that camera, fella.
Okay, it was even closer before. I had to stack up like 20 comic books behind my screen just to get farther away.
Yeah, guys. Okay, shut up. Who cares about Darren? Let's talk about Dom. Do you like pizza, and what kind?
Oh, great question. Great question. I do like pizza. I like pizza a lot. And I think that my curveball answer, cheese pizza, my favorite. I think across the board, I usually like
Never.
the safest bet. I'm not picky about it. Give me a nice plain pizza, and I'm good to go. Amber, pizza
It depends.
depends on the day.
I like white pizza.
Racist.
Jesus.
Whoa, that's weird. She just pulled up the stream on her computer, and it's
Look,
crazy.
it's
Two easy jokes.
Let's see.
Tim, favorite pizza?
My favorite pizza? I like a nice pizza. You gotta take the layer of dough.
Nah, not the. Okay, Seth, what's your favorite?
No, wait! I didn't get to answer!
You got both.
I like bacon on my pizza. I like bacon and pineapple. That's the optimum pizza.
Oh, I like pineapple on my pizza.
Yeah, nobody asked you. They asked Tim. Are you Tim?
I mean, I asked her.
You did. I take that back. He did ask you. I heard that. I remember. Okay.
I was seconding you.
Yeah, and agree.
Pepperoni. I like pepperoni.
Pepperoni.
That's the most boring shit tier answer I've ever heard. What else is on the pepperoni?
Tim, just because you like breakfast on your dinner doesn't mean that you have like.
And some lunch right in between.
All right.
I like breakfast and tropical.
Is that it? All right, Darren, favorite pizza. Quick, let's wrap this shit up.
Oh, excuse me. I'll go with plain.
All right, cool. I like
All
you.
right.
Next question. Got one on the barrel, in the barrel loaded.
Let's see.
I got a question. Forget them for a second. I got a question for all of you. What is your best and worst experience with me directing you?
Oh,
That's what I want to know. Amber, take the take the reins. Best and worst.
Like honest.
Yeah, but don't, I gotta look cool.
Can I go later?
Sure. Tim, best and worst.
I'll go. I think the best was probably Hans and Hans 2. Just the way you would keep the spritzer handy to keep my balls moist so that they really showed
All
on
right.
camera. That took a lot of dedication. Stop. There was like a lot of dedication there because it starts to look like parchment paper that was like stretched over a hot rock. And like we found that, no guys, shut up, stop. Yeah, I really appreciate you being there for my sack. The worst though. The worst though is probably our friendship because you never tell me what to do. I never know what you want me to do, and when we hang out, we lack direction. And you're just like, do you want a pizza? I'm like, you should know if we want a pizza. You're the director. It's very frustrating to me.
All right.
But those are my experiences.
Thanks, man. Seth,
Oh hell, I don't know.
for anyone who missed the question, best and worst experience of me directing my friends.
Trying to think of a time where I was like really
Allowed to say
frustrated.
I was never bad.
What?
I said you're allowed to say I was never bad.
No,
No,
probably.
it's not bad.
I'd probably say best and worst are both somewhere in Ellie Hart.
Probably.
And I'm gonna say. Oh, what scene was it?
This is
Probably
not
just the fight.
compelling.
But the fight scene, I would say, just because I was tired from running up and down the stairs, and like if we fucked something, I mean, like I actually punched you in the face in the one take, and it wasn't even like you were like annoying me as a director. I was just annoyed in general, and that was basically it. I don't know. It's really hard for me to pick a moment where. It's really hard for me to pick a moment where I was just like fucking dumb.
Well, Darren, that's
Darren.
the worst.
What comes to mind as the worst would be Kenny Bassender when we were doing all the Bow Wow Woofs, and we kept messing it up, and we had like 2 minutes left in this place. If you guys remember that.
I remember the pressure. Why? What did I do?
No, it was just like the pressure and everything was really heated, and you were kind of like frustrated with it. It wasn't necessarily you, but the situation, I think,
Oh,
was
these
the
are all
worst.
great answers. Go ahead, Amber.
Um,
This one gets real personal.
oh, it's really hard because I don't have like good jokes. Um,
Hey,
I
here's
think
Have you met me?
It's true.
the best was
all right.
best and worst were both in a way, and worst was kind of like when we were figuring out our director-actor relationship.
Yeah.
And it was kind of you didn't know what I needed and you were kind of overwhelming me. And then the best was when we figured out that I didn't need what you were giving me and you
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's a huge part of it, man. Because that's, I mean, you know, you were among the new, like we had never done anything together before. I hadn't. It's not like with you guys where like we've done so much stuff that doesn't matter that when there was stuff that did matter, I feel like we already kind of had a groove and knew what we wanted from each other or how we could talk to each other. You know what I mean? Like for the most part.
Yeah.
But me and Amber had never. It's not like we had been doing stuff that was whatever before that. It was like our first experience was day one on my thesis movie that we had fundraised money for.
It was an
And it
intense
was
one,
like,
too.
yeah, and it was the first day wasn't like chilled out either. So, yeah.
Okay, here's a great question.
Is it from the fans, like I said, like I advertised?
Yeah. Here, there's a really great question here. What's your favorite hole?
All right.
No,
Next.
I like Oak Island, the money pit on Oak Island. There's like over 200 years of treasure hunting there. They spent millions and millions of dollars trying to get to the bottom of this hole on Oak Island in Nova Scotia, and they have never been able to reach the bottom of this hole. It's like a super cool mystery. There's also the Blue Hole in New Jersey,
Tim,
and it's full
Tim,
of
you know what my favorite? You know what my favorite hole is?
Is it?
It's conditional. It's conditional when it's my favorite. You have any idea?
I don't understand.
It's your mouth. It's your mouth when it's closed.
I was like a friend's joke.
That's my favorite hole.
Did Tom just cut out for anyone else and just sound like a robot?
It
saying
sounded
really
auto-tuned
slow?
for me.
Yeah.
That was
What is
amazing.
going on?
It just went. That's my favorite hole.
Oh, yeah.
This is-
Seth, pick a question from the fans, like we promised.
All right. This one I've been seeing
172.
posted fairly consistently since the start, so I was looking at that one. When will Away be on YouTube?
Never. Next question.
All right.
Just kidding. I don't know. That's another I don't know, because it's another thing where it is a very high priority and it's above a lot of other stuff. But there are immediate things that keep
You know
happening where I need to focus on them before I can finish Away. So what's left of Away is music, is sound. We picture locked. It needs to be colored. I need someone who knows what they're doing with sound to take control of it and make it pretty and seamless. I know a lot of people don't realize that, like, an editor is not the person who puts, like, all of it together. You know, there's a sound editor, and there's the people who specifically mess with the sound levels and everything, and they mix the sound. And so, yeah, there's a lot that there's stuff that I need to finish so that I can give it to other people, so that it is out of my hands, and so I can do other stuff. But I'm not sure, because then the hard part about stuff going online is that a lot of festivals are still really hoity-toity about things going on YouTube or being on the internet before it's on or before it's in a festival. A lot of festivals require that it premieres at that place, so like Sundance and stuff. Like, they don't like it if it's been shown somewhere else. They want it to be the first time was there, you know.
Yeah, man.
So once that stuff, and that'll happen in a wave, but it could be as long as a year from now. But if you donated, and we'll see if I can do, you know, we have stuff that we're trying to plan. Me and Tim have been talking about doing a live thing more consistently, and there being like awards and stuff that we give away in that. So if there's a point where we have like an unlisted link or something to the Away cut, there might be, you know, you might find yourself able to get a hold of that and watch it before it's actually officially on. So I don't know. Don't take my word on that, because, you know. What do I know? Tim, pick a new question. Darren, pick a new question.
Darren, when is the last time you pooped your pants? Great question.
Sounded like
Yesterday.
You leaned forward.
Okay, are you planning a Christmas project? Also, is there a plan for Wolf?
Amazes me that Wolf even people care about at all, that people still talk about that. It astounds me. You've seen an animation that I did when I was 16 that has nothing to do with what Wolf even is, and you've seen this really terrible short that we spent very little time doing and isn't good. Like, those are the things that you've seen of Wolf, and people still ask about it. The short version is we started doing a comic, me and Max Carpson, the amazing artist. I post a lot of his stuff a lot, and you should go to facebook.com/maxisdrawing and follow that page. Also, he has a Tumblr, and I think that's Max's Drawing as well, but I'm not sure. Just type in Max Carpston Tumblr. He's great. Me and him were working on a comic for a while, and then didn't. And then I wrote a new feature film version of it because there was someone who was interested in it, and then they weren't. Then I didn't write another draft. I thought about doing a miniseries thing again, and I still think about it, and I'm just trying to figure out what exactly the right way to do it is, because a lot of what it used to be and a lot of the circumstance of it, I think, needs to change at this point. I don't think it's enough legs to stand up on just being a werewolf thing and like a suburban. So there needs to be something else about it, and I think I have ideas. So yeah, why are you out of the thing?
I'm reading the questions.
Oh, okay. What was the other one? Are we planning a Christmas project? No. I've thought about. See, my dilemma with doing a Christmas thing is that at this point you've seen the same deck kind of thing a lot. You've seen them singing and making someone happier, and you've seen Peter Bell's arc. So now the thing that the stuff that you haven't seen of that decked universe, which is funny because in my head it's a huge part of it, is Tim.
Yes.
What's going on there?
I just made myself some pancakes.
No, I was referring to.
Yeah. No, hang on. Oh, you mean this? Right,
Yeah.
right. Hang on, let me just wipe that away. There you go.
Weird.
There you go. Yeah.
Magical. So my problem with doing a Christmas thing and doing it.
Oh my gosh. I'm so embarrassed. Hang on. There we go.
What you were saying?
The first thing with the deck thing is, at this point, if I do it, I want to do like a adventure part of the decked universe. I want to do something. I'm sorry, Seth.
What's going on?
I didn't think that they would stack on top of each other.
Oh, they did.
Seth is
Do
the
the-
king of dogs.
Yeah, do the rabbit teeth, Seth. Do this.
I can't really. I like lips are chapped too.
Ah,
It's
Dog
fine.
King!
There it
We
is.
meet again.
Uh-oh. It's the Cat King. Guys, this has been a feud that's been going on for decades. Let's see how it turns out.
Ah, you're in my territory, Dog King. Get out of here, right? Meow. Or else things will get a little sharp.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Harry on that one.
Okay? Seth, I gave you 2 good cat puns. You give me woof woof.
I said motherfucker too.
It's
Is
not
that
good.
Continue.
I want to do a fighting thing. If I do a deck thing, it's got to be a thing where it's the adventure, it's the fighting, it's the like Christmas kung fu adventure with their magical Christmas weapons. That's the next thing, and we don't have time at this point. A year ago, we were about to shoot last December. Remember, we shot last December, November 1st, the day after Halloween. I went to my house on Halloween night, had no sort of Halloween experience at all, and there were still Halloween decorations up when we were shooting in that back room of my house. That was fun. Amber said somebody asked, what did they
What
ask?
program you use to edit?
What program do I use to edit? I was using Final Cut for a while until I realized that Adobe Premiere is superior. In nearly every way, it works almost identically, and the export time, and there's no rendering, it's just amazing. The export time blew me away. When we just did this new batch of sketches, right? You guys were able to. I was able to send you. Wow, that eye patch actually looked really realistic for a second. I was able to send you guys cuts as they were happening, like really quickly. If I changed something, I was able to.
Oh, is there someone at the door? Hang on.
Good. Next question. I use Adobe Premiere.
I couldn't help it.
Where was that? Where was that function?
If you go left from the headgear and stuff.
All right, let's answer some more questions because this is getting out of control.
Okay.
Amber, pick a
What can I
question.
say? I'm a joker. How old were you when you made your first film?
What counts? I mean, I started when I was like 9. That was when I started doing the stuff where it was just shooting with the camera. And
Well, here, let me rephrase that. What was your first thing you made for YouTube, and how old were you?
made for who? Made for what?
Made for YouTube, and how old were you?
Well, the first, I always say the first legitimate short that we all did together was Billy Goat Caller. That was like the first DFear Studios short. So we were 15? We were 16? 15?
Mm-hmm.
But there was plenty of stuff before that. Stuff that people didn't even see. Like I'd been doing as early as like 8th grade. So how old is that? Scuba Seth?
12, 13.
That's 13, 14.
I was. No, whatever. I'm younger than you.
Yeah, Seth's got a real late birthday. Next, anything else?
Did you find that writing Elijah was more difficult compared to Ellie Hart or the End due to the fact that it was shorter and started in the middle of the action?
Not at all. Elijah flew out very quickly. It was
It's
not
kinda
hard.
gross, actually.
Like hot Duke from a super soaker.
It was disgusting. It was wet. We had to clean up. No, that was pretty easy. I had a pretty easy time because there was another thing too where, not to cheapen the drama and not to cheapen the idea that we wanted to make
Oh God.
you think that it was important and make it seem like whatever's going on, it's important to these people. What?
You're breaking up a little bit.
You went through a tin can for a second there.
Am I back? What did you hear?
Boom, boom, boom.
I meant what was the last real thing you heard? Nice. Cool. So, yeah, no, it was easy. You threw me way off. That sound ruined my mind. And Seth, what are you doing?
I'm just playing with these things. I'm sorry, I can't help it.
What has this become?
No, Ellie Hart was way harder. Elijah had one draft, easily. It was one draft that then got messed around with like a little bit, like just line. It was more the dialogue changed. Ellie Hart had 8 or something fucking crazy like that. Yeah, that one was exhausting. Weird side note, Ellie Hart was 27 pages and ended up being like a 21-minute movie or a 22-minute movie, which is very. I guess because it was when you flip through that script, it was literally just all dialogue. That entire movie is everybody just talking to each other. Seth, pick a question.
Okay.
What's so funny?
Something really
I just got a screen cap from the whole dog thing, and it's kidding.
Amber just said someone really wants to know what my favorite performance was that we all did together. Live performance, or like in the
I
movies?
think I think they said it when we were in school together. Wasn't that the question?
Oh, okay. I'll go first then. Definitely Serving the Two Masters. We did a show that was a Commedia dell'arte show, and we did it very old-fashioned, where
in the style.
in that style where it wasn't written. It was we had scenarios for each scene. So we started the rehearsal process without a script, and it started with this scene, Pantalone wants whatever, and Truffaldino enters and wants to do this. And like that was it. That was all it said, and then we improv'd, and through the rehearsal process ended up like solidifying a script from memory. And it got to this awesome spot. What I loved about that show was it got to this point where everyone was so familiar and so fluid with what had to happen in every scene and the story beats that needed to get hit, that we were able to like change it and then still get back on track, and we were able to try new jokes and do things that were just a little bit different. A lot of stuff stayed the same. Like once we had the script, I feel like we were happy with it, but like it was cool to watch new stuff happen and not throw it off balance at all, and then watch the story just keep going. And Tim was sick for a matinee performance that we had in school. He was like really sick and like didn't even want to come in. And we were double cast, so Kara, who was in the end, who also played my part in the show, she played my part in the matinee, and I played Tim's part in that matinee performance. And it was so crazy because like it was a show where just everyone knew each other's part. Tim could have played mine easily. Like everyone knew what everyone else had been doing. So I was doing all Tim's jokes that he came up with and that he wrote, and they were landing. It was very weird. It was very strange to like just, I don't know, share the parts. You know what I mean? Tim, what was your favorite?
I think it's probably Pippin because I was the center of attention and everyone looked at me and said how great I was. Yeah,
Pippin.
I played the lead in a high school play, but Serving the Two Masters was really fun. Commedia dell'arte is a really interesting experience. If any of you are theater fans or nerds, if you get a chance to do a Commedia dell'arte performance, do it. It's a friggin' surreal experience. It's probably the closest to how Shakespeare times work than really anything else. So yeah, give it a shot.
Cool. Steph, what was your favorite performance that we all did in high school?
Oh hell. I have 2 that come to mind, and neither were actually from plays. They were all in-class performances.
Really?
Yeah. And I guess it just comes to like me like satisfied with like my own performance. And the one would be my monologue from Greater Tuna, with the crazed guy who goes to a judge's funeral after he murders this guy to mock him in his like coffin. So that, or my performance from that scene. It was A Different Moon was the name of the show. It was when we were doing student-directed skits. You were in Tim's, and it was Otis directed myself and Jamira.
Oh, I remember that.
And I remember like it was
Who that
really.
is? Why don't you explain who that is?
Well, no one. Jamira was she in?
Oh, she was in Danny Webster for a second.
Yeah, she was very lightly in there, but Otis was one of like my posse in Danny Webster.
Otis
he was.
Tim.
Yeah, we had Otis and Tim were my little like posse. So Otis was the other guy. But But yeah, he had directed it, and I just really liked the way that scene turned out. It was very difficult. I think that it ended up
I remember.
really good.
I remember it was something to do with like a pregnancy and all, right?
Yeah, and I was being a coward.
Darren, what was your favorite performance that we did?
Well,
Nah.
just all
Okay.
of them.
So since Halloween is coming up, any news on Die Now for the near future?
Who, was that a question from someone, or is that you?
Yeah, that was someone. That was a question.
Oh,
from
okay.
someone.
No.
X film, by the way.
Elijah was the closest thing to a Die Now development. I started writing a really terrible sequel almost right after we put the first one out. It just wasn't good. It was weird. That was one of the only things that I feel like I stopped because I ended up realizing I didn't like it. I liked it when I was doing it. I remember showing Seth and being like, "What do you think, man?" And he didn't think it was good. So yeah, no, I don't know. If you're ever gonna see something like that again, it would be in a feature. It would be a bigger thing, or it would be some sort of Elijah series. We'll see what happens. We'll see what comes of this. It seems like which is so weird because again, how why not doing this movie was. We'll see what comes of it, but there's some cool stuff that seems like getting people's attention. It's this weird little thing that we did because why not?
Seth, what's your stream link on Twitch?
Already typing it in, but they won't. Okay, they won't let me type They won't let me type the link in. That ought to work.
Say it.
Yeah, it's
Loud.
twitch.tv/Achilleos, ACHILIOS. I stream on the regular, and I'll be streaming tomorrow night around 9 o'clock Eastern until God knows when.
Part-time hipster asks, what inspired you to write the end?
I got broken up with. And didn't start as a relationship thing at all. It started as a movie about a dude who sees how people die, and it just doesn't faze him. It wasn't like a dark thing at all. It was actually supposed to be really. I had this really goofy ska soundtrack, dude driving around in a destroyed car, who also happens to see the brutal ways or really sad ways that people die every time he meets someone, and I don't remember what the point of it. Like I don't remember what I ended up wanting to what I wanted to get out of it. But it quickly, as I kept digging into it and thinking about the seeing the future thing, I realized what was bugging me at that point. I realized I had to just kind of be honest with what was going on in my head. So I wrote that, and yeah, that was kind of it. Yeah.
Thank you guys. Whoever all of you just rapidly followed me on Twitch, thank you. I just got spammed with my follow annoyance 5 times.
Nice.
Nobody followed.
Any ones that you saw that were good?
No.
Well,
what made you not want to make more Billy Goat callers? Why did you say this idea is dumb?
I never said that. I started writing I was up to page 40 on a disgustingly long Billy Goat Caller sequel movie. And it just faded out because, first of all, it was impossible. It was way too long. We never would have been able to do it. And I don't know. A lot of what's happened, and again, you got to remember that you guys have been watching in super formative years for all of us. And a lot of stuff changed throughout the time you started watching us, and a lot of stuff stayed the same, but things tend to come up a lot. So it's hard to stay on one, especially when it's only a thing that you feel will live on YouTube. The only reason to make a Billy Goat Caller 2 be for, and it's a perfectly fine reason and everything, but it would only live on YouTube. That the Billy Goat Caller 2 is not going into festivals unless I specifically made a point that it was a sequel and it could stand by itself. It just you know what I'm saying? So at the time when we were thinking about doing a Billy Goat Caller 2, it was the end came up or something, and then after that I wanted to do Really Heart, and then I wanted to do Deck 3, which
Here's a great question.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you've ever answered this, but what happened to Live Well Valley?
Oh.
I've said it a million times.
Yeah, this is.
It's dead. It's the only project that ever died, pretty much out of our control. Yeah, like very out of our control. But we stopped shooting it because everyone was very upset, and it's funny that because we don't really remember. I don't remember it. I don't think about it. But Tim and Seth, like, do you guys remember shooting that movie and not being happy? Darren, were you there for any of that? Because
Nope.
I feel like you left.
That was the first one where I was gone for college.
Yeah. You left to go not get a driver's license.
Mhm.
And go to
The
college.
memory I have of that shoot, I remember doing it all day. I was like, I was in the trenches. I was really into it. I was having a whole lot of fun. And then I came back the next day, and you're like, hey, we're not doing that anymore. And I was like, why is that? And you're like, the main character got braces. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? We had filmed the main girl, played by our friend named Megan.
No.
Like,
You don't gotta do that.
a girl named something, and she had gotten braces the night into the next day of shooting.
You're mixing
And I
it
remember going, okay.
together. 'Cause what happened
That
was
happened later.
we stopped shooting.
Did it?
Everyone was miserable, and we were shooting from like 8 p.m. to 4 p.m. way too often. Like, it was just getting disgusting, and we were getting frustrated. My mother hated it, and then we stopped. And I said specifically, let's go on hiatus. I'm about to go away to college. We had like a couple weeks before we were all going to be gone somewhere, so I said, let's just stop for now, and then we'll come back. Like, let's get familiar with the college things for like a month, and then we'll come back home and shoot. We only had like 3 shoot days left. We could have done it in 1 weekend. We could have come home and been finished.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple weeks went by, 3 weeks, maybe like about a month. October rolls around, and I was like, we should start again. Maybe we can get it out for Halloween. And then it was like, yeah, we couldn't, because the continuity was messed up because someone got braces and didn't tell us. Like, there wasn't. Never mind. We don't got to talk about this. There's no need for negativity on this.
There's one question I see keep getting
I
asked.
want to wrap this up in about 10 minutes, by the way.
Okay, but I want to answer this guy's question. He's been asking it for like hours. Eater of Worlds 12 asks, will you make another Bless You sketch with Cayenne, or will you work with Cayenne ever again?
Let me tell you what. Cayenne was the only person, and I don't know why. When I went to England, I was so like nervous to talk to him. I was such a fangirl about it. I didn't even realize that's what was going on. I didn't have the like frame of mind to realize that I was a fan and was nervous to go talk to him. But Jack was like, why aren't you going over and saying hi to him? You're really nervous. You love him. And I was like, I am. He's so fun. Because it was very close before I went. I had just started watching his stuff, and I was like, holy crap, this guy's so funny. And his manner of speaking is funny. He's just effortlessly doing the comedy stuff. And we tried writing a sketch together before the Bless You one about me being able to read him being able to read my mind. And it was really forced. It just wasn't working. And I don't remember. We were on a train. We did a lot of going around. I remember I went to IKEA with all of them, with like Matt and Tom. I don't know if Tom was there. With like Matt and Jack and Dean. Who the hell else? And Bing, I think, was with us. And I think on the train ride back to Bing's place was when we started talking about doing the Bless You thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to do more with them, but we're separated by an ocean. So.
Yeah, it's a pretty big ocean. It's actually the biggest ocean. Oh wait, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Darren, you want to pick a question, bud?
No?
All right.
Did you?
Hey, I got one. David Butko asks, have Seth, Tim, or Darren contributed in the writing process? Have DFear Studios done a skit or short that have been completely written by someone other than Dom?
I was actually considering that one.
That's
Great
exactly
question.
what I was about to
Go
say.
for it.
Yeah, it's a good question because I'm good at picking questions. So, yeah, get over it.
I tried to write
Never
some.
mind. Next question. Tim, go ahead. Answer that.
Yeah, I write a lot. I have my hand in like at least 70% of the sketches that go up. Whether I have writing credits or not, I'm usually directly involved. Dom does most of the writing. I can't like say that he's still the main guy. He's still the big squeeze. Let's think of it this way: if Dom is the mantique, I'm the remoraid.
No one knows what you're talking about, Tim. But
Do you not know your audience? They know exactly what I'm talking about.
clearly I don't.
What's your
I'm
favorite?
talking about Pokemon. They know exactly what I'm talking about. I am a Remoraid, and Dom is a fuck. What does it evolve into? A Mantine. Dom is a Mantine, and I'm a Remoraid. All right, that's the way it's gonna stay.
The question is,
What is your favorite genre to write and direct?
my favorite question to write, favorite genre
Yeah.
to write and direct is, this might come as a shock, but I realized, especially doing Elijah and realizing that I wanted to do more of Elijah, I like writing uncomfortable stuff. I like writing scary stuff. I found that the most fun that I've had, even in the features and stuff that I've written, my favorite parts to write are like when someone gets shot, or like something that just makes you're like, wow, why did that happen to that person? I don't know why, because there's something. I mean, people have said it. People who write scary stuff all the time say that it's like there's like a catharsis to writing stuff that would freak you out, and you know what I mean, like stuff that makes you uncomfortable. There's something nice about being the one who put that out, like you were in charge of it, you know. Yeah, I like writing. It might be the most fun I have when I'm writing it. Maybe not the most like fulfilling. That's like a confusing answer, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, horror. You definitely have a little fascination with horror.
2 more questions.
One is, how will Elijah affect the release of the Secret Halloween project? I think that's
All right, the Secret Halloween project is a die now thing. All right. We shot this thing, God, 4 years ago, 3 years ago now, and at the time it was relevant. It was only like a year after we'd done the first Die Now, and it was like a prequel, sort of. You didn't know if it was a prequel or sequel, and it was just Drake killing people. It's killing 2 people specifically. It was like 8 minutes. Jack Howard did a really good edit of it, because when I went to England, I brought the footage with me. We transferred it onto his drive, and then he like gave me a cut.
Just needs really music now, right?
Say that again?
Said it really just needs like music and some fine tuning, right?
Music.
Oh.
I scored the whole damn thing. It's done. But what ended up happening, I think what ended up tripping me up, was that I still needed to put in sound effects. I still needed to level everything and like mix everything so that it was watchable. And I realized that when I put it in black and white, I made the stupid decision to keep the blood on my face after a certain point in the movie. As Drake was like eating the blood from someone. That's weird. Weird way to say that. And I left it on, and the lighting was terrible, and the color didn't look great. And I didn't want to mess with coloring it, so I tried putting it in black and white. But when I put it in black and white, it just made it look like I had a really stupid beard. So like it like lost all spookiness. And then I thought, well, maybe I can do like the Sin City thing where only the blood around my mouth has some color, like not vibrant red, but it's just a little red. And I just didn't care. I stopped. More stuff came. Again, this is the story of why stuff doesn't get done and why other things get done before those things, is because stuff starts becoming priority. School becomes a priority, like where I have a deadline for a project, or I have a deadline for this, or someone wants me to write something. You know, when you have, I now have people who are paying attention to the stuff I'm writing, and there's people who are waiting. You know, I wrote a feature over the summer, and now I just sent the first 10 pages of a new feature to the people who are interested. And like that stuff, when that stuff starts coming up, I'm like, I got to do that first, because that'd be stupid if I didn't. So it's hard, and I have a hard time prioritizing. So yeah. Is that weird? Did I answer that meanly?
This is a great question. Tim, how many knife fights have you been in?
Just
Everybody wants to know.
one.
Just
one with his brother.
That's such a bad. We'll tell that later. Butter up the booty too.
Me and Chris.
Is there gonna be butter up the booty too?
Not that, but me and Chris. Every time me and Chris hang out, we end up talking about how first of all, it was easy and fun when we shot that. It was literally just me and him. The camera was on a tripod and the microphone was on another tripod, and that was it. 2 of us recording audio, running to like hit the record button, recording on the camera, and then just going. It was fun, and it was a cool there's something different about the way that me and Chris did the straight man and the weird character. And I like how I just liked our dynamic, so I would love to do that again for something. We actually thought when I was doing the ghost stuff on Facebook, every time I was like, I'm Ghost, and really like mundane stuff. We thought about doing a sketch where I was Ghost and he was like this 18th century writer just trying to finish his book, and I was just doing like really, because you can see like I wouldn't be invisible and just like holding a candle and being like, oh no, look at me, I'm Ghost. He's like, I can see you. You're not even making yourself invisible. Like, I know I can't. So, I don't know. Someday we'll do something again to get together.
Someone really wants to know if you're making another deck. Have you already said that?
I kind of answered it. If I do another deck, I don't think we have time to do one this year. If I do another one, I want it to be an adventure-y, Christmas kung fu fight scene with Hark and Peter and Dinker. Just fun and awesome, and it's a thing that we need money to do. So, we'll see.
What was your favorite short or film that you've made, and why?
Let's start with Darren. Let's go down the line. Darren, what was the favorite DFear short of yours?
Just out of all of them, doesn't matter if I was in it or a part of it.
Let's say the ones you were in. I'm going to say the ones you were part of. What was your favorite one to do?
One that you worked on, at least.
I liked decked one a lot because of me and Josh messing around the whole time. It was fun.
Yeah.
And we had the boss lackey relationship in real life.
Yeah. So I mean, it already existed, so it was simple, fun, awesome. Seth.
Probably. I don't know. Probably Away. I really enjoyed Away. I mean, I didn't have like that stressful of a job, but I didn't have like the most like laid back position ever. So I was constantly busy and doing things, but I was never really overwhelmed, and that allowed me to pay attention to multiple things at once, which was good. I mean, we had the live stream for the donors. That I was kind of orchestrating on top of doing my job. And it was just a lot of fun. I really can't wait for you guys to see that movie because it's going to be great.
Seth did a good job. Seth was the script supervisor on Away, which meant that he paid attention to making sure continuity stayed the right way. He made sure that we got all the coverage we were supposed to get, so he had like the shot list and the script, made sure we didn't skip a line, made sure that we didn't bastardize a line and say it wrong, or like, you know what I mean? So he was just on, he had the script, he was making sure we stayed, and it's a good sign when your assistant director, director of photography, and the director specifically ask for the scripts, like, because usually that's the group who, and like, if there's any producers or whatever on the set, those are the guys who go somewhere and make a plan or talk about what they're going to do after lunch or the next day or whatever it is. And every time we had these conversations, whether it was me or Matt Morgan who shot it or Jake, who was my assistant director, would specifically ask that Seth came and had the conversation with us so that he knew and so that he was able to do good, because he was doing great. So, yeah, cool. Tim, what was your favorite DFear thingy?
My favorite sketch we ever did, I think, was probably, I really love realism in film. I love that idea. I love the gag. The favorite one you've ever done is New Year's Surprise. That slays me. I love that gag. That's like a really great joke, and I'm like, that's the one I watched, and I'm like, why didn't I come up with that? Like, it was frustrating to me that I wasn't a part of that.
You know, I was trying to do that for like 4 years before I finally got to shoot it, right?
Yeah.
I had recordings. I always thought I was going to animate it. I have voice recordings of me doing 3 separate years of blasting in and saying, what year is it? 2008.
Yeah.
Good luck! And then he blasts away. Up until 2011 or 2012, whenever it was.
Yeah.
2012.
Shoot. There was
what was your
really
favorite of the movies, the bigger ones?
The longer movies? What's the one I watch all the time?
Hans 2, since it basically is one.
Hans 2. No. It's probably Ellie Hart. I like Ellie Hart. I think it's a really solid movie.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I really like it.
Tim was there for a lot of that shit. He was there for helping, helped put. You were there when we were building the set, I think, a couple times. You helped us get props together. I remember Jessica.
I broke it on the first day I was there. You guys built everything, and then I walked in there and I broke the set. I like kicked a hole through like one of your props. And I just
I don't remember that at all.
I don't know if you ever saw it. Maybe you didn't see it. That I kicked a hole through the wall. It was covered up.
No, the best part of Valley Heart was moving the books individually and keeping them in order.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. Because there was times where to
cabinet.
shoot it, we had to move the bookshelf somewhere else in the room so the camera and everybody could go in that corner of the room. And to do that, and then to keep the continuity the same, we had to take every book off that bookshelf because it was too heavy to move it. Take every book off and make sure that they stayed in each row that they were in. We screwed it up, absolutely. I think we ended up putting it in backwards. Like we kept all the rows the same, but then put them in the opposite order, so it didn't matter. No one was paying attention to the books.
Hey, Dom, once you respond to this, can we do one more question? Because this question has been asked a lot.
Very, very last question, and then we got to do, and we'll do this again sometime. This has been fun.
Yeah. This last question is there like it's a combination of all these questions where it's like what's your least favorite sketch, or like is there a sketch that you've done that you finished and you were just like this isn't as good as I wanted it to be?
Well,
We did film a few that never made it to the light of day.
well, yeah, I was gonna say we have several that were shot that never made it, but even the first Panty Raid, because this wasn't the first time that we made Panty Raid. The one that was released. We shot it like 2 years ago or a year and a half ago.
Let's stick with what was released. That like one that came out that we look back and we're just like, nah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, good question.
Okay.
Amber never answered,
Neither did
and
you.
I want to know what my oh yeah, I didn't. What was your favorite? What's your favorite DFear short?
Boy, because I was in
No.
Until she actually says that.
Yeah, I have to see it first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the one that I watched the most is probably Butter Up the Booty. And Bless You. I
Nice.
show that off to people.
What's your favorite of the short ones, or the
Like
short
the
films?
movies?
Yeah, sorry, the longer ones.
Oh, God. I can't decide.
Okay.
No.
My favorite of the sketches is Panty Raid. Because again, that one we were trying to do that for a very long time, and
It just
there
needed
was,
me.
in like fresh. Yeah, Darren was a missing ingredient, clearly.
Here's the thing.
I remember me and Tim talking about that sketch in a parking lot in our freshman year of college. Outside, we had just seen a movie, and we were going back and forth. And the first thing that made me realize that sketch was hilarious was Tim's suggestion to do the mummy bit. That was like the first weird thing that either of us said. So he just goes like, "We'll take a picture of her wrapped up like a mummy and make millions. Everyone will believe us because there's a picture." And I was like, "This is good. This is funny." We also talked about a tap dancing macaroni and cheese sketch, but that's a different story.
I forgot about that sketch.
My favorite long one is Going to Be Away. It already is away. It already is away, and it's so weird to me that you guys haven't seen, because Ellie Hart is not a current representation of what I think what I think we're capable of doing, or like what we're even doing, like what we are doing. What is the standard right now? Ellie Hart is now 2 years old, going on 3 when we shot it, which means that already like 3 years ago from now I was starting to write it, I guess. So away is going to be one I will feel unashamed, like just showing it to people. I don't have to say, oh, we're not so happy with the camera, or oh, I know that the pacing's weird. I'm just going to be able to give people the link and just be like, this, I love this.
Would you say that it blows the others away?
Goodbye, Darren.
You saved yourself with the sound
Very
effect, very slightly.
I like this, but okay. Very last question. Sorry, guys. I promise we will do this again soon because this is kind of cool. Last question is, what's the sketch or a short film or something that went out that we're not so proud of, or that we feel like we didn't do the right way, or it's just not up to snuff? Darren, why don't you start? We'll go in that line again.
Oh no.
Come on. Even if you didn't have anything to do with it, even if you're just like saying you didn't do a great job.
Can you just come back to me?
You sure?
I don't know.
That least favorite, or one that you just weren't crazy about when it went live. Seth?
Wait, you say Seth or Tim?
I said Seth.
Oh, we're the same person. Honestly, I have to look through the sketches because
Alright.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, none really jump out to me as far as
I
like.
can think of a big one that we all pretty unanimously agree on. But Tim, go ahead. You know what?
What am I doing?
What? Oh, come on! Your
Somebody
least
asked me to do
favorite, the one that went live and you weren't thrilled about it, or you felt it
Oh,
wasn't done.
it's easily thespian, traveling thespian. I love that sketch. It's a absolutely, I think it's an amazing sketch idea. When we did it, I don't think we were old enough or like wise enough or even funny enough to make that sketch happen at first. And I later did it live when I was in college. I ended up doing it live with a sketch group, and it was funnier, but it wasn't quite there yet. I feel like that sketch had a lot of potential. It just never went anywhere.
I think that taking the footage that was shot for that sketch and cutting it down, cutting out one of the gags, or just getting to the main gag sooner, it's funny. You were funny in it. You look funny. It's weird. It's a weird sketch. I think it's funny.
It is.
It's too long.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too
It has no
long. It's
business
not
being 5 minutes long.
It was so long.
Yeah. And also, that was when we first realized that old camera was crapping out on us, and we had to keep running back and forth.
Oh yeah, filming in the woods with that. Oh
We
man.
would go back and forth from the woods to my house, charge the camera so that it would last for 20 minutes, come back and shoot. It was terrible.
We did find those random Yu-Gi-Oh cards though, or whatever.
Yeah, those
laying around.
knockoff Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Those are great.
Was that the one that was unanimous or?
No, the unanimous one. We always all forget that Danny Webster exists.
No, that's what I was about to say because I just scrolled past it. I was like, yes. I gave someone that answer the other day. The one part I like about it is Josh hitting the hot dog, and that's it.
Well, I wasn't sure if we were talking about sketches specifically or movies as well.
I would say any of them.
Oh, in that case, absolutely Danny Webster.
It's just weird. It's again, it's too long. I had no concept of, and it became the thing that became clear. Especially Ellie Hart got rejected from a lot of film festivals, and it didn't necessarily hurt my feelings because I'm still proud of it. I still think it's good. But I realized I think a lot of that has to do with how long it is, and you'd be surprised how being just a minute or two over that 20-minute mark make or break is like a make or break thing about whether or not you fit in a block when they're scheduling a festival. Because it's like then all of a sudden it's obtuse. It's like it like weirdly doesn't fit in with 4 other shorts or 3 other shorts, you know. I do think maybe I'm just telling myself that to make me feel better that it was just too long and it was good, but nah. My biggest movie regret is Deck 3. I don't like it too much. I think that the idea was cool, and again, it was another one. If it was short, if that was 20 minutes long, I'd be way prouder. If it was down, boom, 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 boom. Deck 3 is the one where Hark tries to steal the cheer sphere.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first one that really went into like the mythology of the Christmas universe, and like it was way more a sequel to the first deck than the second one was.
Yeah.
I'm just not proud of it, and I also didn't like when we did it. I was ignoring school stuff to make something that ended up not even being like amazing, or that I wasn't even super proud of, and I was actually devastated when I couldn't get the final part out before Christmas. You guys don't realize when I miss deadlines or when I tell you something that I'm wrong, it hurts me so bad. I really hate it. I hate being wrong, and I hate letting everybody down and just feeling like it's a total screw up. And that was one of the bigger ones. Like when I think of things that I like just messed up in the YouTube career, that is one of the ones where I'm like, I ironically missed my entire Christmas season with my family because of doing that movie. It was Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Both of those days I was nowhere to be found with my family. I wasn't being mean or anything. I wasn't like, shut up guys, I need to edit. I wanted to get it done so badly, and they knew, so it wasn't like there's no bad feelings about it. But I completely missed out on like chilling out on Christmas Eve and sitting on the couch and watching Elf, and Christmas Day I didn't like hang out with Will and play with all his new toys and stuff. I was like editing this stupid movie that I didn't even get done, and then didn't even get out. That's sad. Yeah. That was a sad day for me.
I think another one of the big issues is the decked universe has become one where we either need a bigger budget, it to be animated, or it to be a game or something. It's like
it to be animated. That entire universe is supposed to be an animated thing. All right, we're running way over. Seth, what's your favorite or disappointment thing?
Favorite disappointment.
I mean,
am I your favorite disappointment?
Yes.
No.
I'd still probably say Danny Webster.
Particularly.
I look back at it and I see my hair. And it's god awful. I don't know what I was thinking.
All right.
I
good
can't
answer.
relate to
All
that.
right.
Darren, what's your least favorite and why?
Well, if I can't say that same one,
can.
well, I agreed back when we said that before, so I'm gonna stick with that one. Cause like I said, I like the part where Josh hits the hot dog, but the rest is just like
Yeah.
really boring to me. And
Yeah.
you know, because it was the senior film, you had to use some people who maybe you wouldn't have chosen to use for acting,
It's true.
and that hurt it.
Although,
Right.
if Danny Webster didn't exist, you guys wouldn't have Dino. Because I wrote Danny Webster because I really wanted to play the devil, really badly.
Right.
And if you notice, imagine myself playing the devil in every scene where there's the devil in that movie, and it's Drake. The lines are Drake. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But then when the teacher was like, we should split up. I agree, too. I was like, you're right. There's no way that one person can do this huge role throughout the whole movie. But then I wrote the vampire one. It's like, screw that. I'm going to talk throughout a different half-hour thing.
Well, okay, let's wrap it in. We've been talking for, I think, like an hour and a half.
I want to know what Amber's least favorite one is.
Oh, right, okay.
It's interesting for you because there's no disappointment that you like messed it up.
Yeah.
You just get to judge super easy. I think you did a bad job. No?
Outsider.
Come on.
Oh my god.
Come on.
All the
Okay.
pressure is on you.
Play the laugh track.
What?
Quick. Dino's coming. Good.
There we go.
Your answer is?
I'm going on the second page and I still like everything.
They don't have the Jeopardy theme as one of these sound clips, unfortunately.
Darren, I definitely just heard you say Jet Birdie.
Didn't
Is
I?
there an anime that I don't know about?
There's an anime you don't know about?
Watashi wa Jet Birdie. Yeah.
Got it?
It's not even me.
What?
There we go.
Yeah, didn't like it.
Ugh.
I think maybe because I watched every part like an hour in between, you were yelling at me the whole time.
Yelling at you.
Yeah, remember I was watching on Will's like iPad, and you were mad at me because you didn't want me to watch it because you hated it.
What is she?
I don't remember that
We were
being.
in a car.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
You drove off the road.
We weren't in a car.
We
We
weren't
were
even
in an SUV.
We're ghosts.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for watching. This was really cool. I want to do this again, whether or not it's framed around specifically
Weird.
another video or not. I don't know. Whoa.
Sorry.
That was the thing on her computer.
Oh, okay.
But let's do this again. Me and Tim have been thinking a lot about doing this live thing, and we have like games and stuff that we think might be cool doing live. We're gonna try and maybe do it in the YouTube studio in New York, and try and do it with actual like
Definitely.
looking cameras and us actually be together in a physical space.
Are you sure you don't want to borrow my webcam or something? I mean,
You know, Darren, tantalizing offer.
It's gonna be great, you guys. We're gonna have a lot of fun working together. Do you mind if I plug real quick before we go?
Go.
And you can follow me. Sub my YouTube channel. I'm starting up next week. So sometime next week, probably next Wednesday, we're gonna start uploading vlogs and Let's Plays. I'm even gonna do a Hans Plays where you can. That was terrible Hans Plays. Yep. It's gonna
Fucking waited for that one.
yeah, we're gonna do Hans Plays Five Nights at Freddy's. That's gonna happen. And you can also follow me on Twitter @KimTish. Ask me any questions that you want about anime. You guys want to play Smash Brothers? You can get my friend code, and pretty much just tell me that I'm garbage, and send me pictures of my mom naked, and I'll say, "How did you get those?" And they'll say, "Guess."
well,
Jeff, you got a plug, Twitch?
Yeah, it's hard to follow that one. Yeah, if you guys, I'm probably gonna start streaming within an hour here. If you guys want to come watch me be really bad at League of Legends and other games, you can come follow me. Why is Dom frozen like that?
And I'm gonna play with him.
Yeah, you can follow me on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Achilleos, which is ACHILIOS. You can also follow me on Twitter. It's Achilleos Casts, as I shoutcast for League of Legends, so ACHILIOS Casts, all one word. And yeah, you can tweet at me, ask us questions about the video games, and ask me for some pictures of Tim's mom naked.
Darren,
I
got a
hear
plug?
other people.
I'm making a game that people will hear about at some point, but not right now.
Okay, as soon as I figure out, because there's gonna be too many. Tim, what's going on?
Oh, sorry guys, I'm just getting started on my vacay a little early.
Alright. Thanks, guys. You can find me on www.whitehouse.gov. Thank you, Darren. Cool. This was great. Adios, guys. Let's all say bye.
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 Da-da-da. What is that? What was that sound clip?
How is it's called? It's just
Seth, was that
called.
you? Okay.
Yeah, it's just called drama, and it's got.
Oh, okay, it's that one. It's the one I hadn't clicked.
I thought it was like a cruise ship.
Alright. This was fun.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
We'll do this again soon.
Bye, everyone.